We continue to follow breaking news out of Madison, Wisconsin, the scene of a deadly school shooting today. We know at least 3 people have been killed, including the juvenile shooter who's believed to be a student at the school, and at least 6 others have been transported to area hospitals. It happened just before 11 a.m. local time at Abundant Life Christian School. It's a private school that teaches around 350 to 400 students from kindergarten through 12th grade. Officials have not yet released information regarding who the victims are. We know that President Biden has been briefed on the incident and that multiple federal agencies, including the FBI and ATF, are on the scene and assisting. Here is the Madison Police Chief, Sean Barnes, earlier this afternoon.
Today, around 10:57 a.m., our officers were responding to a call of an active shooter at the Abundant Life Christian School here in Madison. When officers arrived, they found multiple victims suffering from gunshot wounds. We train on this almost quarterly. The last time we trained on this as commanders was approximately 2 weeks ago. The protocols are simple. Stop the killing, stop the dying, find out who's doing this. And the officers did that, and they did that adamantly.
Now, this is still a very active situation. People are being asked to avoid the area. Police say they have already conducted a secondary search to make sure there are no outstanding threats and that they're working on a third search with bomb dogs, and they're clearing vehicles. Now, according to the school's website, this is a large area to clear. The school sits on a 28-acre campus. A crew near the scene spoke to a neighbor following this incident. This is what he told the crew.
I came out to see my brother. We talked for a bit, and then he went home. And about, I'd say a minute later, there's like 20 cop cars that were going at a high rate of speed right past my house, and I knew something was up, so I was kind of worried. I knew it wasn't just a regular incident, it was something else.
We are waiting to hear an update from police any minute now, but let's go ahead and bring in David Wagner. He was a principal at Abundant Life Christian School in Madison for 16 years. He joins us now from Tulsa, as well as CBS News Homeland Security and Justice reporter Nicole Skanga. David, if we can go to you first, thank you so much for being with us on what has to be just such a horrific day for you and your community. I was on the Facebook page for the school, and somebody had said, once a challenger, always a challenger. Can you help explain for us the community which you served for 16 years?
Well, thank you, Lindsay. Yes, that is it. It grieves my heart when I see the pictures when you show the entrance to the school, because for a number of years after that building was constructed, I walked through those very doors that you're picturing there into the school. I was there at Abundant Life Christian School for 16 years as its principal. 16 wonderful years. Obviously, my thoughts, prayers are with those families that are affected by the shooting, but as well as the other students and the families and the staff that are at the school. They're going to be impacted for their life by the tragedy of this day. I know the principal, I know several of the teachers have family yet that live in the Madison area, And so we keep up with what's going on at the school. And it's a tremendous school with a great mission and a focus for serving the needs of students as they're directed and feel led by God. Christian school. A school shooting anywhere is a tragedy. A shooting anywhere is a tragedy. A school shooting is especially tragic, and it's hard to put the adjectives to describe it because so many lives of the students are impacted. A shooting at a Christian school is no different. It may seem different because it's a Christian school, but it's still people who live today with the challenges of life today. And so it reminds us that challengers, we're the Abundant Life challengers, but challenges face us every day of our lives. And it'll be up to the school, its administration, its staff, its students and parents to go forward, to move forward, to address it, to speak into the lives of the students, speak into the lives of the parents about what lies ahead.
I know everybody is feeling the emotion that you are conveying. I myself am having a hard time holding back tears hearing you talk. But I do want to ask you, this is unfortunately something that law enforcement and schools prepare for. And if you're comfortable, I would like to ask you, when you were there, what preparations you know were being undertaken at Abundant Life?
Well, I left there in 1998, so the world has changed
Wow,
since
yeah.
then. And school shootings were, boy, I couldn't tell you when I heard of one at that time. But we worked with the police department. We worked with the fire department. They came in and inspected us. They came in and checked us for safety protocols. And we followed each of those. The Madison police and fire departments are of the highest caliber. They were, and I still believe they are. But we worked with them because of the unknown. It's like buying insurance. You work with something that you hope never happens. So I can only believe, knowing the administrator of the school, who is such a dedicated professional, that they continued that process of working with the police, the fire, and probably today with active shooter drills or responsibilities like that, or opportunities that unfortunately cause them to respond. So I can only tell you what my experience was back then, but it was very much focused on dealing with things that were happening at that time, or that were thought to possibly happen.
David, if you were still principal there, what would you tell the students and the staff and the teachers and the parents on how to pull through in such just a time of unimaginable grief?
First of all, I would just let them know that my heart grieves beyond words with them, even though if I wouldn't have had anybody that was injured or hurt in there, I don't want to say it doesn't make a difference, because it sure does, but my heart would still grieve, because those were my students at the time. Those were my families. They were friends. They were family friends. And I would be telling them that we're in this together, and to reach out to talk to others, their pastors, whether it's the pastor of Lake City Church, the church that sponsors them today, or any of the other churches that they go to reach out,
David,
talk to other parents, to come together to talk.
David, I am so sorry to have to cut you off. Your words are so profound.